No one builds an ark unless they expect the flood. And they didn't build it to save the world. They built it to watch it drown. They know something that would terrify you. $450 million. Mark Zuckerberg, the man who controls the data of 3 billion people, the man who can buy anything on this planet. He chose a hole, 5,000 square meters carved into Hawaii's volcanic rock. Steel doors that weigh as much as an airliner. Systems to filter contaminated air and water. Hidden solar panels. Food supplies to survive for years. It's not a villa. It's an ark to survive the end of the world. Sam Altman, CEO of OpenAI, the man who created ChatGPT. An isolated ranch in Montana, nuclear shelter. Jeff Bezos, owner of Amazon, private island in Florida. The billionaire bunker cost $237 million. 12 January 2011. A private jet lands in Auckland, New Zealand. Passenger, Peter Thiel, military, co-founder of PayPal. Average time to obtain New Zealand citizenship, 5 years of residence. Peter Thiel gets it in 12 days. 12 days. Why the rush? Stop for a moment. Why are the most powerful people on the planet running away? These men have everything. Literally everything. Zuckerberg has the data of 3 billion people. Altman is making history. Bezos earns $321 million a day. So why do they spend fortunes building fortresses that can survive the end of the world? The question you have to ask yourself is not what they are building. The question is, these men, what did they see that terrified them so much? May 24th, 2023, Microsoft publishes a report. 4 words, just 4 words. But those 4 words made Washington's blood cool. Volt's typhoon threat detected. What is Volt Typhoon? It's not a virus that infects your computer. It's not ransomware that blocks your files. It doesn't steal passwords. It doesn't empty bank accounts. It's infinitely worse. Because from 2021, while you were living your normal life, Chinese army hackers infiltrated, silently, invisibly, in the electricity grids that power your cities, in the water systems that bring water into your homes, in the telecommunications you use every day. And they don't steal data. They're waiting. Wait. Look at the dates. May 2021. According to intelligence, Volt Typhoon begins infiltration. Between March and December 2021, Mark Zuckerberg, who had owned that land in Hawaii for years without doing anything about it, suddenly accelerated. Buy another 110 acres. It acquires private water tanks. Construction of the bunker begins. Same, identical, year. Coincidence, right? February 2023. William Burns, the director of the CIA, reveals confidential information. Xi Jinping has given a direct order to his army. Be ready to invade Taiwan by 2027. It's not a prediction. It's a military order. But why Taiwan? Why risk World War III for an island? And all for a number, A single number. 92% of the world's most advanced chips come from Taiwan, and all for one building, not an island. A building, TSMC. Alone, this company commands 92% of the planet's most advanced microchips. Inside, within these walls, the technology powering our future is forged. Many have tried to replicate this perfection. None have succeeded. Look at your phone. Without that building, your phone is just a piece of glass and dead metal. America tried to make these chips. Intel, the giant of Silicon Valley. It has failed. Samsung, it failed. China, he spent billions and billions. He failed because it's not just about technology. These chips are on the edge of physics. 3 nanometers, that's the size. Imagine a human hair. It is 26,000 times larger than just one of these chips. Within one of these, there are 100 billion transistors. 100 billion. We are talking about carving invisible labyrinths on a grain of sand using machines that cost as much as aircraft carriers and that only a company in the Netherlands can build. No one else can. It is the most difficult object ever created in the history of mankind. And now you understand Washington's terror. If Xi Jinping takes that building, he doesn't just conquer the land. He takes the future hostage. In an instant, China would put its finger on the world switch because without those chips, Apple can no longer produce iPhones. Nvidia cannot build artificial intelligence. The US military cannot produce modern weapons. Cars, hospitals, power plants, telecommunications, global companies are collapsing, and then China would become the master of the world. Do you want your economy to stay in business? Obey China. It would be the greatest transfer of power in history. Without firing a shot, the West would become a customer, and China the master. America cannot allow this. It is a matter of life and death. If China moves, America must intervene, and China knows that, and that's where the trap is born. If they can't beat the US military on the ground, they'll turn it off remotely, and America knows that. For this reason, if China invades, America must respond. But China has a plan for that. Volt Typhoon, and everything goes dark. January 2024. Christopher Wray, director of the FBI, testifies before Congress. His words are chilling.
Imagine not one pipeline, but many pipelines disrupted. Telecommunications going down so people can't use their cell phone. People start getting sick from polluted water. Trains get derailed. This is truly an everything, everywhere, all at once scenario. And it's one where the Chinese government believes that it will likely crush American will for the US to defend Taiwan in the event of a major conflict.
Imagine the scenario. China invades Taiwan. America responds, and all of a sudden, click. New York goes dark. Click. Intelligence systems collapse. Click. Circulation is paralyzed. Click. Communications down. Total chaos. Just one click. This is Volt Typhoon. These are digital bombs already under our lives. They're just waiting to be activated. But here's the part that will make you shudder. Mark Zuckerberg, Sam Altman, Jeff Bezos. What do they have in common besides bunkers? They control the servers on which the internet runs. Microsoft exposed Volt Typhoon in May 2023. But when did they really find out? These men don't read the news. They are the news. They saw the storm coming on their monitors. And instead of warning us, they started pouring cement. Everything converges on a date, 2027, the China invasion order. The death switches discovered by the FBI. The bunkers built in silence. Maybe they're wrong. Maybe it's just ultra-rich paranoia. Maybe nothing will happen. Or maybe Mark Zuckerberg has access to communications from around the world. Sam Altman is building artificial intelligence that can predict the future. Jeff Bezos has more data on human behavior than any other government, and all of them, they're building arcs. You don't build an ark unless you expect a flood. The question is not whether this will happen. The question is, will you be prepared?